Hi all, welcome to Code IQ. So in previous video we have seen about decision making statements, and next we are going to see is about looping statements in C. So in C we have three looping statements: for loop, while loop and do while loop. So what is a loop? Loop is something which helps us to execute a particular statement multiple times. Okay, so in this first we are going to see is about for loop. So in for loop I'll explain the program first, and then I'll explain the syntax and explanation so that it will be easy for you to follow. So the first one is here, our task is to print the numbers from 1 to 5. Okay, so 1, 2, 3, 4 and 5. This should be our output. In case if we are not using this for loop, what we will do? We will do this printf. We will write this printf statement 5 times to print 1, 2, 3, 4 and 5. To avoid writing printf statement 5 times, we use for loop, so that printf is written only once and it is executed 5 times by you having the condition in the for loop. Now I'll explain this program. So the first one is, here we are initializing a count variable which helps us to keep track of how many times the for loop is executed. Next is, this is the condition. This condition is checked each and every time. If and only if this condition is met, it will be the printf statement will be executed. Next is increment operator, in order to increment the count value. So initially I is equal to 1, so 1 is less than or equal to 5, so it enters into the for loop and it prints the value of I. So here I is of integer data type, so percentage d is used, so 1 is printed. Next I plus plus, I becomes 2. Again condition is checked. 2 is less than or equal to 5. Correct. It gets in and prints the value 2. Again it moves, I is incremented, it becomes 3. 3 is less than or equal to 5. Condition correct. It gets in and prints the value 3. Again it moves up, it gets incremented to 4. Again 4 less than or equal to 5 and condition is correct. So it enters and prints the 4 value. Next I gets incremented to 5, again 5 is printed. At last I is incremented to 6. 6 less than or equal to 5, so the condition is false. As the condition is false, this printf will not be executed and it comes out of the program. So now if you see the for loop syntax, it would be easy. Initializing I as 1. Next we are writing the condition, so I less than or equal to how many times we need to print it, and last increment operator. And inside this for loop, the code which has to be executed. In this, if you observe, this initialization part is executed only once. That is, I is equal to 1 is initialized only once. Then this condition is checked and increment or decrement thing happens each and every time until the condition becomes false.